Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm using my new mic, so I hope everybody can hear me properly. It won't be hard to hear anymore. I have so many things to tell you guys. There's so much that's been going on. And this past weekend, we had a show. So my husband had his jewelry and gift show that I have to help him with. And then I have a booth there also. And we did that show. So we had to do setup on Thursday. Then it ran Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The show was good. Everything was fine. We had more vendors this time. It was good. But the turnout, more people could have been there for sure. So, there's a lot of people that are out vacationing and off. So I understand. July shows are always kind of tricky. You never know if you're going to get a lot of the public to come in or not. But it's really, really hot. And let me tell you, it was cold in that convention center. We had it in New Braunfels. Oh my gosh, they're telling us every day, they're telling us to, raise up the air conditioner between 2 o'clock, and some days it's till 8. I'm like, really? I told y'all that before. But that convention center, they were not trying to save any energy at all. It was cold as hell. I had to wear two shirts. I wore a thinner shirt and then I wore a t-shirt kind of like this, a white one underneath, just to stay warm. It was that cold. So it just seems like such a waste of energy. You try to tell them, hey, why is it so cold in here? And it just seems like they can't adjust the temperature. Y'all know how it is in a convention center. But anyway, it's very nice when you come inside from the hot, and it feels so great. But after you're there for an hour, you're freezing your hiney off. But it's really been hot here. I have to, my electric bill was $500 last month. We have two central ACs. I think we have about, in our whole house, I don't know, 3,700 square feet or something. So two central ACs. My daughter has a window unit because she's on the other side and she has like 500 square foot. So we just put a window unit in there. My idea was to let her have cool air at night and me to lift up the unit on that side during the evening, nighttime hours, so we didn't have to cool off the whole house and we could keep our bedroom cool with the central unit. Didn't work because now I have my daughter living here with my grandson, so I have to keep it cool all over the house to make everybody comfortable. But oh my gosh, we're not the only ones having a heat wave. I mean, the whole United States has been having a heat wave. Crazy temperatures. Europe, they're having a heat wave. In Europe, almost 2,000 people have died from the heat. And there is going to be more too. I hate to say that, but that's what I'm getting. There's going to be more. They don't have air conditioning in their homes like we do here. So they're really suffering, you guys. There's no way for them to get any relief. I don't know why they aren't better prepared for this, climate that's changing and getting hotter and hotter. They should be better prepared. I was reading that in 2019, they had temperatures of 100 degrees, and that was like crazy hot for them. And, I guess, well, 2020 wasn't that bad, and now here it is. Super hot. It's super hot. I think I saw it was 104 yesterday in Europe. So it's very, very hot in London. They're having fires in Portugal, Spain, France, London. I mean, just like here, they're having fires because it's so dry. It's so dry and the ground's not wet. And when that happens, you get, of course, fires and it's hotter. It's just, it's hotter. It's really sad. It just amplifies the heat. Even the runway, did y'all hear that? The runway of an airport in London started to melt and they had to close it down because the runway was melting. Hell hot. Hell of a lot of heat. Now, we have my sister-in-law, my husband's sister lives in Scotland, and they're always complaining that it's cold. Even in the summertime, she was like, we have to have our heat on in the mornings. It's so cold, We're sitting by the heater. But yesterday in Scotland, it was 94 degrees, y'all. That's hot. That is really, really hot. This is global warming. It's all over the world. Of course, that's why it's called global warming. Germany had temperatures of like 104 degrees. Isn't that crazy? In Sweden, it was 95 degrees. What else? Portugal, people in Portugal are just dying of the heat. Like 700 people have died in Portugal from the heat. It's so sad. These places are just unprepared, very unprepared. And this is the impact for climate change. So I'd be interested in seeing if, in the next 10 days, is this weather pattern going to change any? So I pulled a few cards. Somebody had told me that when I'm shuffling the cards with my new mic, that it's really loud. So I went ahead and shuffled them and asked some questions, so laid out the cards, and I'm going to read them back to you and see if we can find out what's going to happen with the weather a little bit. Of course, you can look it up and see what they're predicting, but this is kind of fun too, another distraction from all these things that are going on. So we're going to see, is the temperature going to be reduced in the next 10 days in Europe? Let's take Europe first. I'm going to look at Texas because I'm from Texas. So maybe a little. This is really an iffy card. This is, maybe a little bit. Put it that way. I don't think it's going to be reduced a whole lot. But this is kind of neutral. So maybe just a little. I'm not seeing a big change. This is about rain. So is there going to be any rain in the next 10 days? Yes. Yes, they get some relief. They are going to get some rain in the next 10 days. And, just like here, over there, if it rains, it can flood. It can be flash flooding in places that it's been really dry, so we may hear something like that going on. Okay, will more people lose their lives because of this heat? And I'm getting a yes on that. Unfortunately, that's very sad. More people are going to continue to lose their lives because of this heat. They are just not prepared. Man, I bet air conditioning sales are going up like crazy. I bet people are buying window units. Hopefully the U.S. is sending over some window units, This is about, I asked, will August be as hot as July in Europe? And, I feel like, yes, it's still going to be really, really hot in August, but they're going to be able to get through it and pass through it. And then they get some sweet relief by September, okay? So I do think August will continue to be hot. I know it's going to be hot here, but it's going to continue to be hot for them also. But they're going to be able to manage through it. So maybe it's not consecutively hot. Maybe it's more manageable, like a day, real spike here, and then it goes down, up and down like that, because they're going to be able to manage through it more easily. They're going to get through it. It's going to be okay. All right, so let's look at Texas. That's what I want to know, because sorry, you guys, I'm from Texas, and the United States is so big, and I can say weather conditions for the United States, and, it's very hard to be all over the map. So for you guys that live in Texas, this is South Texas, where I live. I'm asking, the first thing is, our temperature is going to be reduced in the next 10 days. And this looks like this is a yes, that we do get some relief. And I think that may be some rain coming. So this is a yes, we're going to get some relief. And I do believe it will be rain. And this is not good. This is a death card. So when the rain comes, it's going to be flash flooding. So it's, the death card's about abrupt changes. So when we're going from that really dry, and the ground just doesn't absorb the water because it's so hard, and it'll just trickle down and cause flooding. So we're going to see some flash flooding. Y'all be careful if it's raining really hard. Areas that you wouldn't even think will flood really quickly. Now, it may go down pretty quickly also, but that's what a flash flood is. It just suddenly, the rain accumulates and then disappears. But yeah, be careful with that. Next question. Again, I asked, will more people lose their lives because of the heat? And unfortunately, more lives are going to be lost because of this heat that we're experiencing. Sad to say. All right, so will August be as hot as July. Now, that, par for the course. Hell yes. You know, this is a yes card. So, yes. And we're going to experience this heat continually. Sometimes, guys, it doesn't get cool here till after Thanksgiving. So, yes, it's going to be just as hot in August. And it's been super, super hot. But I don't think it's going to be any hotter, but it's going to be just as hot, okay? And, just looking at South Texas, remember we've experienced also strangely cold winters. We've had snow and everything like that. So I pulled a card and asked if is it going to snow this year? And I'm thinking about the winter, and the winter is actually 2023 because it doesn't really get cold until January. So I pulled this card asking, is it going to snow this year? Are we going to see some snow? And this is probably a no, But in 2023, which would be January, February, winter, we might get a little snow. It's not clear, but we may get a little bit of snow then, okay? So, a little bit. But I don't think before, although it has snowed, I think a few years back it did snow, and I think it was the beginning of December it snowed. It was a really weird time. But that's my prediction. We'll see what happens with that. Now, I've never done that before, but I wanted to just try it. And like I said, a little bit of a distraction. It's kind of fun to do those things. But there's a lot of things going on right now. Some good news that our lawmakers are actually working together to pass a couple of bills coming up that would make it harder to overturn an election. So that's really nice that both parties are working together on this. They're overhauling the electoral count act, and I feel like they should do away with that completely, but that's just me. But they're also, I think, what I understood in this bill is that the vice president's role overseeing the certification, to make sure it's understood, it's just ceremonial, okay? And it's a lot to do with ensuring an orderly transition of power to make sure that, these things Donald Trump did can't happen again. So what I want to know is it going to be able to pass the Senate? Now there's two. Another bill is about election security, and I read there's 5 Republicans and 7 Democrats working on it. And again, it's aimed at making it harder to overturn the election. And I just want to know, will these bills pass and become laws? Because it takes 60 votes, so 10 Republicans have to vote on this. So I'm going to just take a look, and I'm going to shuffle up the cards and pull them and see what's going on with that. It's interesting. Sorry, I hit my mic. Okay, so I laid out 3 cards to read on this, and the first thing I'm going to take a look at is that bill that Joe Manchin and Susan Collins has been working on. Will it become law? And it's so funny here. This is the first card. This is 7 of Cups. So it may not be exactly the way it's written right now. They may put some different options in there, or take it away. It's going to change a little bit. It's not exactly the way it is. Okay, so that's what I think this is. They're making decisions, and they'll come together and change things up, because you know how it is. It'll go through the House, then it goes through the Senate, and then they might change a little something up, so that everybody will get on board with it. And I think they do. They actually do. This is a celebration card. So 4 of Wands. I think we're going to be celebrating and happy that this is going to be able to be passed. Thank you, Lord. This is good. Good news. And, this is the last card I pulled, 6 of Pentacles. Republicans and Democrats are going to share in the success of this bill passing. So I do believe it will become law, okay? And let's take a look at the other one also, if the other bill will pass through also about just making it harder to overturn. It's the security part of it. So the election security bill, it looks like it will fly through pretty well, pretty easily. It looks good. There's a lot of good energy behind this one, so I feel like it will successfully become law. So this is the Ten of Cups. We're all going to be very happy about that and feel more secure in our election. So good. I think these two bills will get passed. Thank goodness. They said they're working on it to get it passed before the end of the year. So I don't know when they'll vote on this, but maybe they're going to vote on it after the midterms. That would be interesting, huh? So that will make it a lot easier to pass if we get all our Democrats in there, right? Okay, so will the Georgia fake electors be charged? So that's been in the news lately that they're taking a look at that. Georgia's really, really doing a great investigation, and uh, I'm happy to see what direction that's going in right now. So I pulled a few cards on that. I want to see if they're actually going to be charged. It looks like they are, y'all. Looks like they are. This is a Four of Wands. So yes, I do believe they'll be charged. This is yes. This is, we're happy, celebrating, and when you do something wrong and illegal, you should be charged, right? And that's why we're going to be happy about it, because nobody should get away with doing things that are illegal. Two of Swords. So, they may be facing multiple charges. So I don't believe that they've decided exactly on all the charges they're going to charge him with. They're still investigating and looking at it and working on it, basically. Okay, they haven't made a decision exactly what to charge them with, but I feel like it will be multiple. It won't just be one thing, be multiple. And this is Page of Pentacles, the last card I pulled on it. This is that good news card. So it's all going to be good news for us. We're going to hear what we're wanting to hear, what we're looking for. We're going to be doing the happy dance, I do believe that there's going to be charges, 100%. Yes, there will be charges. And there should be, Nobody should be allowed to sign their name to some, illegal document and say, I'm the legal elector, when they clearly weren't and they knew they weren't. Okay, so I do believe multiple charges are coming, definitely, okay? And speaking of Georgia, we know that Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp are both running for governor of Georgia, and of course we're all behind Stacey Abrams. Don't y'all love her? She is so intelligent, and she is such a great speaker, and she has so many good ideas for Georgia. I love her. She has such beautiful energy. I just love her so much. I know you guys do too. But when I take a look at Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp, it's so weird. I feel like this is so weird. I got a few cards for both of them, and it looks like that it might be such a close race. It may be called, and then they may go back and adjust it. So it looks really weird. It looks really weird, y'all. I don't even know how to call this. It really, really looks weird. Okay, so they're both going to have a really difficult time. They really are. They're going to have a difficult time. So when I asked Spirit if Stacey Abrams would be governor of Georgia, is she going to win the vote? The first card that I pulled is the Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of stress and anxiety going around about this. A lot of people are worried about this, thinking about it. This isn't a very good card to start off with, I don't think, for her. Not looking good, I would say. Although I love her so much, and I know that, she's still behind in the race, but you never know. You never know. And then I get this card, Eight of Cups. Okay? Like, I don't know. This isn't a good cup either. This is a good card either. This could be that she's she walks away and she doesn't, become the governor, which I would hate to see that. I really, really would hate to see that. I hope this is wrong, but I'm just calling it like I see it. It doesn't look good for Stacey Abrams. But the last card that I pulled was the Hermit card. So that tells me there is still a path for her to get there. So I don't know what's going on with this election. There's something going on here. It may be so close that it's not called, or maybe they think that Brian Kemp has won or something, and then they go back and take a look at it. But there is a path for her to get there. It looks like, you know, we're still going to see her no matter what. But I think there's still a path for her to become governor. Now, I looked at Brian Kemp. I pulled some cards for him. And the first card that I pulled for him is Page of Swords. So he's got a lot of energy, a lot of momentum. He's put a lot of money into this campaign. Everybody's talking about him, and he's ahead. He's number one. So he's got this momentum going. And of course, he's already governor too. But there's some difficult situations coming up ahead. This is Five of Pentacles. So I don't know. Maybe we're going to be hearing some things about what happened. I don't know. There's some difficulties ahead for him for sure. Now, this could also be counting the votes or something like that. That may be, that he's not really elected either. So it's so weird. He's got all this momentum coming up, and then all of a sudden, some crap happens. He runs into some big difficulties. So just between now and election time, he's going to go through some difficulties. So I don't know. Maybe the investigation in Georgia is going to. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. I'm so sorry if y'all can hear that. I move my hands too much. I talk with my hands a lot, and it looked like that she wouldn't win the election. That maybe she had a path to the election. It looked like. The last card I pulled on him is the Death card. This is a huge change for him. This looks like a no for him. So I think this election is going to be super tight, you guys. It's going to be so tight that maybe they can't call it in the very beginning. Maybe some stations do call for Brian Kemp and then it gets reversed or something. But it looks like she has a narrow pathway to become governor. It's so weird. I've never gotten like bad cards for both opponents, So both of them are, so tight. It's just so tight. It's hard to call. But the Death card tells me there's a big change coming up for him. So there may be a scandal or something coming out that he has to deal with, and it might pull a few votes away from him. Put it that way. Okay. All right. So hopefully she'll find that path and we'll see her be the governor. I love Stacey Abrams. I love her. Okay, so what else is going on? Oh, what about the Secret Service? Deleting all those text messages. That is, they accidentally deleted the text messages, right? After the January 6th committee asked them to preserve them and forward them to them, they were like deleted. I think I read 11 days later they were deleted. I don't know, something like that. After they'd asked for them, 11 days after they'd asked for them. And also that, that separate emails had went out to all the employees to make sure that they preserve their records before they got their replacement devices. So evidently they do these updates and replace devices. I don't know, maybe I don't know how often they do it, however often they do it. But hey, they know that everything has to be, safeguarded. They know that. They really do. So what the hell happened? I want to know, will these texts ever be recovered? And, is the Secret Service, are they really just covering up their text from January 6th? Remember that time that the Secret Service, the two people that were having a little something going on, and they got in big old trouble about their texts and everything. Remember that? The man and woman. I think they actually lost their jobs because of the text. So now maybe the Secret Service is not wanting to lose any members. I don't know. So let's take a look. I'm going to shuffle up the cards and pull some cards on that. Okay, let's take a look here and see if we're going to find out anything about these texts, if anything will be recovered. The first card that I pulled is the Emperor card. So, you know, the Emperor card suggests to me that they have the means, they have the knowledge, they have the capability to recover these texts. Okay, that they can do it. Come on, you guys, it's the, Secret Service. They have the power and access to everything and anything. And if they can't do it, I don't know who could, you know? The next card is Five of Swords. But do they want to recover the text? They may have the ability to do it, but they might not really be inclined to do that. That being said, it looks like to me that they're kind of like putting up a little battle front saying, we really can't do that, can't be recovered. It looks like to me that they'll fight to stop from us finding out anything that was in those texts. So they're kind of putting up a front, and that's a problem for them, because it kind of alienates people, and that's not good for for the security service to alienate people and us not have any trust. And there's other people there, other lawmakers that they are having to take care of, and they're trusted to guard them. And when you start thinking, oh, they're so political, how scary is that, to think that the people that are supposed to be protecting you and guarding you are actually political rivals, and you're a Democrat, and these security services like, hey, we don't really like y'all. You know what I mean? So it's a problem. It really is. It's a problem for them. Okay, the Secret Service. Ace of Swords. The truth is going to come out. That's what this is all about. The truth will come out. We're going to find out exactly, what happened. Now, what we've been told may be part of the truth, not all of the truth. You know what I mean? So they were told to preserve their text, but maybe they were also told to delete the ones that didn't make them look so good. So I think this is going to everything's going to come out. Okay? And I feel like there's going to be some text that will be recovered. So we'll see some be recovered, maybe not all of them. We'll never really know, because they'll present to us, what they want to. So I do believe that they'll be able to recover some, and they'll say, well, we were able to get a few, and here they are, and maybe they won't look so bad. But if they're unable to do anything, then they're going to look really inept, The last card I pulled is Page of Wands. So this is that good news card, So we'll definitely see some of the text. Here's my Addy cat. Come here, Addy cat. Come here. And, even though the security service doesn't want to look like bumbling idiots, they also don't want to be looking like they're political either. So, they're going to have to produce some text. That's what I think this is. So that's the good news. We'll probably see some text. We're going to get some. Probably not all of them, but just the ones that they think they can live with. There may be a little bit of scandal to it. So, you guys heard that Ivana Trump died falling down the stairs, and that it was so strange to me. I haven't heard that much about it. Like I said, I've been trying not to watch too much news. When I want to learn something, I'll just try to go read it. But her death was an accident, that she fell down some stairs, and I read that they went to do, they were asked to do a check on her because they hadn't heard from her or something. And so the police were summoned to go check, and they opened the door and found her there, which is really weird because doesn't she have, maids and butlers and people that are helpers that would find her body? Why did they have to have a wellness check and find that she was dead at the bottom of the stairs? Now, I don't know. Maybe you guys know. Y'all be commenting below and tell me why, because, like I said, I haven't really watched a lot of news. I'm trying to limit my news intake, so you guys should do the same. But do y'all think this was an accident? How do they know she wasn't pushed down the stairs? How do we know? How do they know? It was just an accident. How do you know that she wasn't going to write another tell-all book? Now I'm being a little bit silly. But I'm going to just pull a couple of cards and see what happened to Ivana. Let's see if I can get some information. Okay, guys, so I was just connecting with my spirit team and asking them what happened to Ivana Trump when she was going down the stairs. And this is what I'm getting, okay? This is interesting. I'm not even going to pull any cards because I can see that it was an accident. And this is what happened. When she was going down the stairs, she got dizzy. I don't know why she got dizzy. Something, I don't know. Maybe her blood pressure or something. I don't know. But she got dizzy. That's why she fell. Dizzy. That's, you would wonder why did she fall down the stairs? She's obviously walked down those stairs a bunch of times, have handrails and everything. She was dizzy, y'all. That's why she fell. She was dizzy. There's a lot of reasons why you could be dizzy, that maybe it doesn't even show up. I don't know. Maybe she hadn't eaten. Maybe she had a little bit of low blood sugar. But that's what I'm getting. I'm just seeing like dizziness. So God bless her. I mean, even if she was married to Trump, anybody that, loses a family member, it's very sad, and God bless them. So, yeah, it was definitely an accident. Okay, you guys, I hope you guys are doing well. My husband is out of the house today running some errands. My daughter needed a lift to go pick up her car, her daughter's car, actually. They have a Prius, and it has to go to a special shop when it needs something done. It needed a part. With those Prius, if one little part goes out, the car just doesn't start. I hit the mic again. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to calm down with my hands. But yeah, they went to go pick up her daughter's car. That's my granddaughter that was in Austin. She graduated in May, and she is moving back home. I thought she was going to stay in Austin, but I think she's decided to come back home. I don't know what she's going to do. She works, she does have a job, but it's an online job that she works from home, which is good for her because she doesn't have to go back and forth to a job. So that's what she's doing right now. But of course, I'm sure she wants to get another job. Anyway, but he's out running errands, so I can take my time and do my readings and get things done. So if you guys would like to get a reading with me, please look down below, and I'll have my email address. It's very easy. So trudyleetarot@hotmail.com. It's so simple. So just look it up and send me an email. Also, I'm doing a lot of healings. Really enjoying doing the healings, and I'm doing a lot of chakra balancing to go with the healings. I offer the healings for free. I'll do a healing session. They do take my time, but I'm still happy to do them no matter what. I'd love to do healings for people, and I do get a lot of good comments, a lot of good positive feedback on the healings. And like I said before, when I do the chakra balancing and follow it with a healing session, it seems like it really works out very, very well. So if you feel like you need some energy work done, I can help you out with that. If you feel like, something's out of balance, or if you have a loved one and there's some issues going on with them, I'll be happy to help you out with that. Okay, I do charge for the balancing of the chakras, and then it goes into the healing session. Honestly, you guys, it takes about 45 minutes for one person for me to do the whole thing. So it takes a lot of my time, but I'm happy to do it. I love doing it. I love doing healing. That's my thing. That's my jam. I love doing that. So if you need a healing, let me know. I'm happy to do that for you, or anything that you anything that you need. I do also portal closings, energy cleansing of your home. If you feel like that would be helpful for you, I can do that also. So let me know if you have any needs or wants, desires. Please email me and let me know. Okay, guys? All right, then. I think that sums it up. This is a little bit long for me. I don't usually do really long videos, but I haven't been here for a while, so I owed some information to you guys. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to read on or talk about. I'm open to anything, so just leave it in the comments, okay? All right, guys, love y'all so much. And of course, we still have Ukraine in our prayers. They're still going through a whole lot. I may do a reading on them pretty soon. There was other things I did want to do, talk about that I didn't get to touch on, but maybe later I can do some readings on maybe Putin's health and what's going on there, and if this war's ever going to end, you know. So next time. Okay, guys, love y'all so much again. Like I said, take care. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.